Greetings, students. This spreadsheet covers Chapter 2, and we've got the first of our complex functions that you're going to be learning, and I wanted to go through those functions with you. Again, I'm not going through every step of the instructions, but I am going to walk you through the VLOOKUP function and the monthly payment function. So, VLOOKUP. I like to use the insert function button and look at the arguments that we're going to need. It tells you exactly what you're going to need for VLOOKUP. So the lookup value is what we have. If you'll notice, we don't have cost, but we do have the ring type. And if you'll notice down here in this set of cells, this range, we've got the ring type and the cost. So this is going to be our table array where we look up what we have, which is ring type, to get the cost. So let me fix this. We're going to use ring type. That's the lookup value. The table array is where we find the data. So it's not, don't use the headings, just start at A16 and go to B19. This means to be an absolute cell address, so highlight it and press F4. The reason is because we're going to copy this function down the worksheet, and we do not want our table array to change. However, we do want our lookup value to change. So we want it to be B5, then B6, and so forth. And as you know, when you copy, it's going to copy relative to the new position. So we want this to be absolute cell address. Then the column index number is where we're going to find the value we want. So we've got one column, which is ring type, and we have the second column, which is cost. So the column index number is going to be 2 because that's where we find cost. And then the range lookup is we want it to be false. We want an exact match. So you must put in that range lookup value. And you can see it's silver and the cost is 400, and we've got the cost here. So now you can drag it down because we use absolute cell addresses, and all of those cost values are given to you there. Then the total is the personalization surcharge if we have personalization. So again, let's go to the insert function button. And the logical test on an if statement is if some value is either yes, no, or equal to some other value, that's the logical test, then the first argument after that is if the value is true. So look at this. If D5 is yes, the value is true, and we're going to calculate the surcharge, which is 5% located in cell B21, absolute cell address. That gives us 5% of C5, and then we want to add it back to C5. And if it's false, if we do not have personalization, then we just want the value of C5. So that's what an if statement is. If D5 is equal to yes, then we need to figure the surcharge amount against C5, the cost, and then add it back to C5. Else, if it's false, we just want to return C5. And then we copy that down. Then we have our payment function. The interest rate is first, and that is found in absolute cell address B22 down here the interest rate. The number of periods needs to be done monthly. We have it in years, so in order to get it in monthly payment form, we need to multiply it times 12. And then the present value, which is the value of the loan, which is going to be E5, has to be a negative number so that the payment value will be positive. And you see our monthly payment. So the payment function is rate, which is absolute sale address B22, F5 times 12 is the number of periods. We have the years. We need it to be monthly. We multiply it by 12. And E5 is the total amount of the loan. So now we can copy that down. You still have some totals to do here and the date, but I believe that pretty much covers it. If you have any problems or questions, let me know.